hotspot, known for its delicious Italian cuisine and historic charm. But as the sun set and the last of the patrons left for the night, a different kind of energy filled the air, a chilling, otherworldly presence that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to stay. The building, originally a pharmaceutical warehouse, had a dark history that clung to its very walls. Whispers of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena had turned it into one of the most haunted locations in Texas. Sarah, an investigative journalist with a passion for uncovering the paranormal, stood at the entrance of the spaghetti warehouse, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and dread. She had heard countless stories of the ghostly figure that roamed the halls, believed to be the spirit of the warehouse's former owner, who had met a tragic end under mysterious circumstances. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah had arrived after closing hours, armed with her camera, voice recorders, and a relentless curiosity. As she stepped inside, the oppressive silence enveloped her, broken only by the distant hum of the city outside. The scent of aged wood and old memories filled the air, and the dim light cast eerie shadows on the walls. Sarah knew that tonight she would either find the evidence she sought or become another legend whispered among the locals. With a deep breath, she ventured further into the spaghetti warehouse, unaware of the horrors that awaited her in the darkness. The spaghetti warehouse had a storied past that stretched back over a century. Originally built as a pharmaceutical warehouse in the late 1800s, it had seen countless transformations and housed numerous businesses over the years. But it wasn't until it was converted into a restaurant in the 1970s that the eerie tales began to surface. The building's history was marked by tragedy, most notably the mysterious death of its former owner, Jonathan Edwards. Locals whispered that Jonathan had been found lifeless at the bottom of the old elevator shaft, his face twisted in terror. Some believed he had fallen victim to a gruesome accident, while others were convinced that something far more sinister was at play. Sarah had spent weeks researching the spaghetti warehouse, poring over historical records and interviewing former employees. She learned that Jonathan Edwards had been a well-respected businessman with a penchant for the paranormal. He had reportedly dabbled in occult practices and conducted seances within the warehouse's walls. According to legend, Jonathan had inadvertently summoned a malevolent spirit during one of his rituals, a spirit that had ultimately claimed his life. The rumors only added to the restaurant's allure, drawing curious visitors and ghost hunters alike. As Sarah walked through the dimly lit restaurant, she couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. The flickering candlelight cast long, wavering shadows on the walls, and the distant hum of the city outside seemed to fade away. She reached the old elevator, now sealed off and no longer in use, and felt a chill run down her spine. The legend of Jonathan Edwards and his tragic demise loomed large in her mind. She knew that the restaurant held many secrets, and she was determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting. Sarah's journey into the heart of the spaghetti warehouse had only just begun, and the eerie silence of the building seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. She took a deep breath and steeled herself for the night ahead. The ghostly tales and unsettling history of the restaurant were about to come to life, and Sarah was ready to face whatever horrors awaited her in the darkness. Sarah arrived at the spaghetti warehouse just after closing hours, her equipment slung over her shoulder. The restaurant staff had kindly allowed her to stay overnight to conduct her investigation, intrigued by her quest to uncover the truth behind the haunting. As the last employee locked the door behind her, the familiar sounds of the bustling restaurant faded into an eerie silence. The air inside felt heavy, almost suffocating as Sarah set up her cameras and voice recorders. The dim lighting and old decor gave the place an otherworldly ambience. She made her way to the main dining area, where she had heard the most reports of supernatural activity. Her footsteps echoed off the wooden floor, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. As she began her